Welcome back to MVM. Today I am bringing you a sponsored preview. This one is for Sushi War Laser Battle from CosplaYou. This game is about the Earth being invaded by aliens who happen to look like sushi, and who better to protect the world from this alien invasion than the world's greatest sushi chefs. And you're going to be taking on the role of one of these chefs. You're going to be dealt out randomly a chef. They're all kind of animals. This is like a fantasy take on it. So you're going to be dealt out one of these cards, and you're going to be given a set of dice, a player board, and a set of chopsticks to match your color. You're going to set your board up like I have it in front of me, with 4 of your sushi dice sitting on your table, and one of them here ready to go in front. This is the entire setup. It's everything you need to play the game. Now, there are alternate rules, and they're going to show you on the board here some like alternate games you can play with the dice. But I'm just going to talk about the regular sushi battle mode that you're going to get with this game. Now, you're going to set it up with each player setting up on one side of the board and the deck in the middle. This deck is going to show you the objective that you have to complete that round. And every round you're going to flip over a new card. Your goal is to be the first to complete that card or to complete that challenge in order to score points. These challenges are pretty easy to explain. So first of all, you're going to see here a stack of sushi. It's going to show you exactly which sushi you need to stack in which order. This is a dexterity-based racing game. As soon as everyone is ready, everyone is going to pause, they're going to wait, and they're going to say Sushi War at the same time. Everyone grabs their chopsticks and starts trying to make this pattern with their dice by taking dice off their table, stacking them to correct sides, and building up a tower, which of course I am not the best at. I would be awful at this game, but you're actually stacking these in a race. For a regular game, the first person to make this pattern and stack these dice is going to win. They're going to say Sushi War. They're going to put their chopsticks down. Everyone puts down, and you check to make sure they've fulfilled the requirement. If they have, they're going to take the card and they're going to place it in front of them for points at the end of the game. If they haven't, they're going to lose their tower, and then we're going to kind of restart and we're going to try for it again. Now, there are a couple of different challenges. I just described a 5-stack challenge. This is where you're going to take all 5 of your dice and you're going to use them to build this pattern. That's one of the challenges you're going to see in the game. Another challenge that's easy to explain is the 4-stack challenge. This is going to work very similarly to the 5-stack challenge, except you're only using 4 of your dice. That 5th die here actually becomes a projectile that you can throw at your opponent's towers as they're building them to try to knock them down and set them back. If you manage to do that, they'll have to restart. But then again, it is a race to build up to that 4th tower, so you're going to want to still be building your own tower while trying to fling that die at your opponents. Now, those are the 2 primary cards you're going to see. You're going to see 4s and 5s, and they're worth different points. There are going to be a few special challenge cards hidden in there as well. One of those challenge cards is the Sushi Snake. Now, this is a special card. You're going to set up the board in a special way. You're going to take this out. Everyone is going to place a die on the board, like so. And you're just going to take a random die and push it to the center. Now, this is kind of another time-based dexterity challenge. Each player is going to take one of their chopsticks, and they're going to use it to maneuver their die into the center. And the first person to hit that center die is going to score that card. So again, this is just like a quick dexterity-based race. Try to get your die in the middle. The other card you might see is the Sushi of Babel, which is going to have you building a tower. You're actually going to take all the dice and you're going to roll them in the middle. The premise of this challenge is to quickly start taking dice with your chopsticks, placing them in front of you, and building the largest possible tower. It doesn't matter what color of dice you have, you're just going to want to keep stacking dice. Once all the dice are gone, you're going to look around and see who has the highest tower. If your tower falls over in the middle of building, then you're out of that contest. Everyone else is going to get to go. And again, if you win that, you're just going to take the card and place it in front of you. Now, the craziest challenge by far is the laser battle, and this is where the game gets its name from. Sprinkled throughout the deck, you're going to see these laser battle cards, and you're going to draw them. They're going to look like this. They're going to be black. They're going to show the lasers at the bottom, and they're going to have 2 stacks. When this happens, you're actually going to flip the board over to the other side. You're going to see on the other side of the board here kind of like a disco setup. And again, for this one, you're going to take all the dice and you're going to roll them in the center. Now, whichever player is signaled on the card is going to be the player who's trying to build this pattern. In this case, it would be the green player, the walrus, and they're going to take this card and they're going to try to build this pattern. So you need to build 2 columns of any colored dice. You're trying to take these dice and place them in front of you in 2 towers to try to build it to the top. Meanwhile, the other players are going to take these laser chopsticks. You're going to pass these around the table to each other player. While the main player, the active player, is trying to build the sushi tower, the other players are going to get to light up their laser stick, and you can see it lights up a specific color. This one lights up green. And then you're going to use this to get a die out from the center by only touching a die that matches the color. So for example, I could knock out this green die here, I turn it off, then I pass my sushi sticks to the next player, and then they come in and they try to get another die off the middle. So this is all happening while one player is trying to complete that tower. If the player completes their 2 towers, they can win this card. But if other players get all the dice cleared out of the center to the point where this card becomes unbeatable, then they lose. They don't score any points for that. Now, there are cards like this sprinkled in the deck for every color. And you're going to play through this deck, and then you're going to see who has the most points at the end of the game. There are some other game modes you're going to be able to play, some little mini games that you can play by setting up the dice and using the chopsticks in fun ways, and there's going to be some instructions on how to play those games in the rulebook and on the board. But for the main game, that is how you play. That is Sushi War Laser Battle. It is on Kickstarter right now, so take a look at their Kickstarter page. I am using all prototype components here. You'll see these sticker dice, and you'll see the prototype game board in front of me. So take a look at their page to see the final version of everything. Come back here, leave some comments, ask some questions, let me know what you think about this game, and I will see you next time. Thank you.